Hey, good evening, everybody. Assembly Hall, Nashville, Illinois, on Nashville High School, Scott Hudson, and this is a very cool gym to play in.
It is. It's got a lot of history to it. It's a great place to come and watch a basketball game. It's a great place to broadcast a game from. We're almost courtside right down in the corner, and the Carterville Lions are going to have their hands full tonight with this 26-2 Nashville Hornet team that's ranked #1 in the state in 2A.
Yes, they are. They're a very good ball team, and one of those two losses on the year was a conference loss to Pinckneyville, one of the lowest scoring games you'll see, 31-29. And the other loss they had was one of the top teams in the country, Memphis Briarcrest. That was during the Breeze Mater Day tournament. Throw those two games out, these guys are a perfect 26-0.
Well, they're very good defensively. They're very good offensively. They can all dribble. They can all shoot. And the one thing they have that a lot of high school teams don't have is a lot of size. This is a big Nashville team. They've still got some underclassmen that play a lot, so this Nashville Hornet program isn't going anywhere even after this season. So this will be a tough game for the Lions. But 2 weeks ago, Carterville had two tough luck losses. Last week they had two heart-stopping wins, both overtime wins last week, so they're hoping to build on those two wins last week.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, proud to be locally owned and operated community bank. You can stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff. Carterville Banking Center is located at 200 West Placid Drive in Carterville, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So much to talk about. These two teams met, Scott, back on, let's see here, December 21st. Carterville only put 24 points on the board. Nashville only had 44, but that was the lowest points total for the Lions so far this season. But as I said to Coach Shane Hawkins earlier, this isn't the same Lions team.
No, this is a much different team because really since the El Dorado Holiday Tournament, Eli Down has become the man offensively. Take nothing away from Garby or the guards that have done yeoman's work as well. But Downan's been the guy that's really kind of elevated his game to the next level. You look at this Nashville team at one point, and I haven't checked the stats lately, but at one point they were holding their opponents to about 25, 26 points a game. That's how good they are defensively. This is not a Nashville team that has that wow factor. They're not going to have those, highlight reel dunks. They're not going to be shooting a lot of threes, but they are very, very good defensively. They will suffocate you with their defense, and they will frustrate you with their offense because they're very patient with the ball. They don't take bad shots, so Carterville's going to have to be playing well in all facets tonight.
Well, when you look at it on paper, when you look at what they average, this should be about a 5-point ball game. Nashville comes in averaging 53.7 points a game. Carterville comes in averaging 48.8. You talk about Eli Down, and I went back and figured some stats because the El Dorado tournament is where he really started taking off. Eli's leading this team, averaging about 17.5 points a game. So got to have a big game out of Eli. You need to have a big game out of Garby, Austin tonight as well, and you need a couple of the point guards to get into double figures to help out.
Well, I don't think it's any coincidence that while Downan has been the guy offensively for Carterville since the holiday tournament, Garby has also played well. It goes hand in hand. When one's doing well, then the other's probably going to feed off of that too. You talked about the guard play. Bryce Anderson's got to be able to handle the ball tonight from the point. The other two guards, Moore and Biddle, when they're out there, they're going to have to make open shots when they're there. Just take care of the basketball. Carterville, like Nashville, want to play the game in the high 40s to low 50s. If Carterville can do that and score, into the 40s, and it might be tough against this team, but I think they've got a shot because Carterville's been playing so much better recently.
Well, coming up, just a few minutes ago, I had a chance to sit down with Coach Shane Hawkins and talk about this Nashville team, talk about this Carterville Lions team. We're going to go on and take our first break. When we come back, you'll hear from the head coach of the Carterville Lions on our pregame show here on Lions Basketball on NewsRadio WJPF.
nights. Carterville Lions are on the road for the Carterville Conference game at Nashville to take on the number 9 team in the state, coached by a very talented team. Yes.
Go to commercial after, please.
This season,
Welcome back to Nashville on Friday night. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson here at Assembly Hall as the Lions prepare to take on the Nashville Hornets. Nashville, as we said earlier, comes into the game. Scott Hudson 26-2, 6-1 in the River to River Conference. Pinckneyville 6-1. And who's in third place? Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Carterville's done a good job in conference this year. They've won the games that they needed to win to at least stay in competition, stay in the hunt, so to speak. You look at this Nashville team, they're looking forward to that rematch with Pinckneyville. So could this be a trap game for the Hornets? Could this be a game that they look at Carterville's record, they know they beat Carterville rather handily back in December? Do they look past the Lions? And, that would be a mistake by Coach Hari and his squad to look past this Lion team who is playing much, much better over the last couple of weeks.
And that game with Pinckneyville tomorrow night, right here in Assembly Hall for Nashville and Pinckneyville. Carterville, the last 3 games have been overtime games. They've won 2 of the last 3 on last-second shots in overtime to beat Anna Jonesboro last Friday night. Exciting win Saturday night over Massac County.
It was a great weekend of basketball for Carterville last weekend. You talk about the win over Massac County. That was the first game this year that Carterville has beaten a team with a winning record. And I had several people say, well, wait a minute. Carterville beat Heron first game of the year. Yes, they did. But Heron did not have a winning record when Carterville beat them. So my point is Carterville's playing much, much better basketball than they were before the holiday tournament at El Dorado. And you see the confidence in all the kids. It's not just Garby, it's not just Downen, but it's the guards as well. So hopefully they can come out here and play patient basketball. I think that's the only way you can beat this Nashville team. You can't match up with them size-wise or skill-wise, but if you play patient and take your opportunities and take advantage of them, you got a chance to pull the upset. And
don't forget, tomorrow night's game now at Carterville is going to be at the junior high. It's not going to be at the high school as the wrestling sectionals are taking place at the competition gym at the high school. So tomorrow night, we're going to the old Carterville High School, and during halftime, a special presentation, the 1986-87 boys basketball team, the only Sweet 16 team from the old high school, is going to be honored at halftime.
That'd be pretty neat. A lot of memories for Carterville fans, so hopefully the Lions can end that night with a victory.
We're going to take our break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off as the Lions take on the Nashville Hornets on NewsRadio WJPF. Nice job by the Nashville High School Band on the national anthem as we are at Assembly Hall for high school basketball action tonight. River to River Conference action on the Mississippi side. Carterville comes in 4-3 in conference. Nashville 6-1 in conference. And as Scott said earlier, it's going to be the game tomorrow night for the conference title as the Pinckneyville Panthers roll into Nashville to take on the Hornets. 7:45 here in Nashville. Carterville, of course, in the road blues. Scott Hudson, they're going to go with their normal starting lineup. It'll be Bryce Anderson, the 6'1 sophomore. at the guard. He's been running the point, playing very well of late. Also, you have Tyler Biddle, number 22, the 5'11 junior. Austin Garby, the 6'1 junior, number 23. Dylan Moore, who hit the game winner against Massac County Saturday night, the 6' senior, wears number 24. And then in the paint, the guy that's been averaging over 17 points a game since the first game at the El Dorado tournament, that's Eli Downen, the 6'4 sophomore. So for the Lions, as it has been pretty much all season, it's going to be Anderson, Biddle, Garby, Moore, and Eli Downen.
And Carterville will be without their sixth man off the bench. Luke Stritzel not here tonight, so that somebody else is going to have to take that role, whether it's a Carson Pearson, who I did see with the team. He was injured in the JV game, but he's going to play. So maybe there's a few more players come off the bench tonight for the Lions.
For the Nashville Hornets, the number 1 team in Class 2A in the state of Illinois, they're going to go with their 5'10 junior, averaging 4.8 points a game. That's Tristan Hercules. He wears number 3. Also, they'll go with 5'11 senior Kelton Hari, averaging 4 points again. He wears number 10. 6'5 senior Bryce Boltman averages 15 points a game. He wears number 11. It'll be 6'5 junior Carson Parker. He averages close to 15 points a game, wears number 25. And then the senior 6'6 Tanner Bergman, averaging just a little bit under 4 points a game. So for Coach Wayne Hari and the Nashville Hornets, it'll be Hercules, Hari, Boltman, Parker, and Bergman.
All can handle the basketball. All can shoot the basketball. They don't beat themselves, and obviously they've got some size. So a tough task for the Lions, but I think the Lions, as Coach Hawkins said in the pregame, we have to be patient with the basketball. We have to make sure we take good shots, and we have to make sure that we do not give Nashville second chance opportunities when they have the ball.
Don't forget, as always, you can go to YouTube and watch the game on our live stream. Just search Carterville Lions at Nashville Hornets. The officials are ready, the teams are ready, and we are underway. Nashville wins the tip. They're going to be moving from left to right on your radio dial. They're in their home whites here this evening at Assembly Hall. Thank you for listening in to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. With the basketball ball up top, that is Bryce Boltman. He gets it to Carson Parker. Now they work it to the left side to Kelton Hari. Over to the left corner, that's where you find Boltman again. He's going to fire from 3 and buries it to start the game off. Bryce Boltman is on the board.
Carterville started in a zone defense.
Carterville has the ball in the road blues here this evening. Tyler Biddle brings it around the top, hands it off to Eli Downen. The sophomore puts it up, buries it from the free throw line. Carterville is on the board as well. We're 3-2 Nashville.
Nashville's probably thinking, who's this guy? I don't remember him from the first meeting.
Of course, Eli's averaging just a little bit over 17 points a game since the El Dorado tournament. Nashville has the ball in the front court as Boltman, cross-court pass on the baseline, gets it to Parker. He puts it up. That was a short, but it's Boltman that pulls down the board. Actually not a rebound, didn't even hit the rim. So it was a pass down low. They get it to Bergman. He leaves it down low, and the put back is good from Carson Parker. He's got 2, and it's a 5-2 Nashville lead.
Well, they just passed the ball so well.
Yeah, all around. And they're so tall.
Yes.
Dylan Moore takes it across the lane, gets it to Biddle, now to Downen. He gets it to Garby in the paint, kicks it out to the right wing to Bryce Anderson. You can see Carterville's really working on their passing game. They're working the perimeter. Bryce Anderson puts up a high floater, no good. The rebound comes off to Tristan Hercules. Quickly the outlet pass to Parker. Spin move, leaves it to the left wing from 3. Shot's no good. Nashville gets the rebound as the shot was taken by Bryce Boltman. From the free throw line, it's Carson Parker that buries it. He's got 4 for Nashville.
Well, I talked about it just a few minutes ago. Cannot give this Hornet team second chance opportunities. Carterville's got to do a better job on the boards.
And Carterville has to get points every possession. You can't let possessions go by and not put something on the board. Carterville has it up top. Tyler Biddle has the ball stripped from him, and it's going to be a turnover on the Lions. That's the first for either team here in the game. 5:30 on the clock. It's a 7-2 Hornet lead. Over on the right corner, that's Bryce Boltman. Now he brings it up toward the top to Carson Parker. Back to Boltman. Skip pass left wing. Wide open 3 from Kelton Hari. Good.
Well, when you go zone, it's to protect the inside, and you got to give up something, and that's the outside shot. And Nashville has come out on fire.
And Coach Shane Hawkins has to call a timeout. It's a 30-second break. We'll be back. It's 10-2 Nashville over the Lions on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the City of Carterville. Proud sponsors and supporters, Carterville Lions Sports. Bryce Anderson with the basketball. After the timeout taken by Shane Hawkins, Eli Downen fires from three. And the rebound is on the floor. Dylan Moore gets in there, and Nashville ties it up. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions on the possession.
Yeah, that's a turnover on Nashville. Parker got the rebound, but he lost his balance as he tripped over one of his own players, and Moore quickly went after the ball and got the tie-up.
Bryce Anderson will trigger from the baseline, just to our left. Gets it into Tyler Biddle. Biddle with the left-hand dribble on the right wing. Leaves it for Downen. Takes it to the baseline. Dribbles out. Loses the handle. Turnover on the Lions. Turnover number 2. Quickly the other way. Here come the Hornets. Skip pass to the right corner. Wide open three. From Kelton Hari. 2 in a row for Hari. He's got 6. And it's a 13-2, 11-point Nashville lead.
What did I say about maybe the Hornets overlooking this game?
They have not so far,
No.
we'll put it that way. Dylan Moore toward the left wing, pulls up the dribble, needs some help, hands it off to Austin Garvey. Garvey, left-hand dribble to the baseline. Now to Downen toward the left wing. 4:16 on the clock, 13-2, Nashville on top. Garvey from the left elbow to the free throw line, leaves it to Anderson. Now to Downen. Downen, left-hand dribble, takes it in, loses the handle. He gets fouled, and they're going to call the foul on Tanner Bergman.
Bergman is a big, thick-bodied guy, and him and Downen are going to be doing battle all night long.
That's a good matchup right
It
there.
is.
That's going to be fun to watch. Downen will be at the line shooting 2. He's got the 2 points for the Lions so far. He's at the line. The sophomore's free throw gets the touch. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all. 13-3 the score. Downen's second free throw is good. He's got all 4 of the Lions' points. 4:06 on the first quarter clock. Nashville 26-2. They're number 1 in Class 2A in the state of Illinois. Carterville comes into the game 12-14. They're 4-3 in conference. Over to the left corner with the basketball. Hari, right-hand dribble to the left wing. Now back to the left corner. Baseline drive cut off by the Lions. Now they work it around the perimeter. Wide open three. He's off the back of the iron. No good. And Dylan Moore gets the board. Here comes Bryce Anderson up the right side of the court. Pulls it up. Left-hand dribble. Crossover to the right side. Hands it to Biddle. Biddle on the right wing. Looks inside. Looks inside. Looks inside. Gets it to Downen. He has it in the paint. Battles his way. Triple teamed. And they take the ball away. Turnover on the Lions. And the Hornets are on the run as Hari gets hammered. Taking it to the hole. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws for the Nashville Hornets.
That's twice in this first quarter that Downen has gone in the paint, and when he's put the ball on the floor, they've collapsed on him and they've stolen the ball. Just this Nashville team is fundamentally sound. One of the best teams you'll see when it comes to fundamentals.
Kelton Hari has 6 points already, and he's at the line, shooting 2 free throws. Gets the touch on the first one. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in beautiful downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, they're a certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502 or visit Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com. Hari hits both free throws. He has 8 for Nashville, and it's a 15-4, back to an 11-point lead. Carterville in the front court, over to the right wing. Dylan Moore looks inside. Now takes it up top, gets it to Biddle. Now to Downen. Over to the right side, Garvey gets a shot off from the right block. Rebound is no good, or the shot is no good, and Matt Anderson pulls down the board for the Hornets. Over to the left wing, Bryce Bultman. Bultman averaging about 15 points a game. He's got 3 here so far in this contest. 2:45 on the clock. 15-4, Hornet lead. Hercules fires from 3. That's too strong. And Eli Downen gets the board for the Lions. Here comes Bryce Anderson on the run. To the right corner, Tyler Biddle. Leaves it for Garby. Now up top it goes to Eli Downen. He's going to fire from 3. Good. Eli Downen. Yeah, we needed that. 7 points now for Downen. He's got all 7 for the Lions. And it's a 15-7 lead.
Glad he got on the bus.
Yeah. Didn't think about that. That's a blessing for the Lions tonight. 2:13 on the clock. Skip pass left wing. It's going to be Hari. Fires from 3. That was short. And Garby tracks down the rebound. Here comes Bryce Anderson once again. Steps across the logo at midcourt to the left wing. He's going to fire from just inside 3, and it's good. That's good that somebody else gets on the board. 2 for Bryce Anderson, and a timeout is taken by Coach Wayne Hari. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 6-point ball game, 15-9. Nashville has the lead over Carterville on News Radio WJPF. 30 here, please, 30. (15-9) with 1:53 on the first quarter clock. Both teams are at about their average for first quarter scoring. Carterville averages about 11.9, almost 12 points a quarter in the first. Nashville just a little bit under 15, and that's where they're at. It's 15-9. Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, Assembly Hall in Nashville. Nashville's basketball up and off the board. Nice little floater for Carson Parker. He's got 6.
Well, they're so tall they can just pass over the top of the zone, and big enough they can get in the paint and score as well.
Parker 6'5", Boltman is 6'6", or excuse me, Bergman 6'6". Missed shot from Nashville, or from Lions, and Nashville has the ball, taking it the other way. Over toward the left corner, Bryce Boltman drives the baseline, out to Hercules, steps inside the arc, over to the left corner, 3 is short, and that rebound is pulled down by Austin Garby. We're under a minute. 17-9. Anderson just now across midcourt. Brings it to the near side. That's Garby up top to Downen from 3. Good. Eli Downen back-to-back trays. He's got 10 of the 12 for the Lions, and Carterville's back to within 5.
Boy, he's off to a great start. He plays like a senior, not a sophomore.
I have to look back at that last game. Eli wound up with 12 points in that last game back in December against Nashville. So Nashville's going to slow it down, hold for the final shot here in the first quarter. They have a 5-point lead, 17-12. What a great crowd here at Nashville and Assembly Hall tonight. And we appreciate you listening to us here on News Radio WJPF. 10 seconds to go to the right wing with Boltman. They get it to Anderson. Back it goes to Parker. Over to Boltman with 2. He's not going to get a shot off. Throws it up at the last second, and it's no good. So at the end of the first quarter, it is 17-12. Nashville, the 5-point lead over your Carterville Lions. Second quarter action next on News Radio WJPF. (17-12) the score at the end of the first quarter. Nashville with a 5-point lead.
Carterville shot well from the field. They shot 57% from the field, 50% for Nashville, but Nashville had 3 big threes in that first quarter.
Carterville has the ball to start play here in the second quarter. Around the top it goes to Garby, now near side left wing, Tyler Biddle. Biddle looks inside, takes it to Moore, top of the key. Anderson's going to fire from 3. Good, Bryce Anderson. How about that? He's got 5 for the Lions, and Carterville's within 2.
Carterville's taking good shots. When they're not turning the ball over, they're getting the shots that they want.
Down 2, 7.
You know, Dave, it looked like early on Nashville might blow this thing wide open, but Carterville, give them credit. They've hung in there and only down by 2.
Nashville has the basketball in the paint. Driving the lane, left-hand layup is no good from Parker. Gets his rebound and puts it back. Parker's got 8. He had 6 first quarter points, and it's a 4-point Nashville lead.
Now they've got 4 offensive rebounds already, but their size is just really tough to contend with.
We'll run down their sizes here in just a minute. Carterville has it in the front court. Tyler Biddle looks inside once again. Holds. Now to the top of the key to Garby. Wants to get it to the cutting Downen, but he gets it to Anderson. Anderson, the left-right dribble, back to Downen. Nashville comes out a lot tighter on defense that time as he's hit back-to-back trays for the Lions. Moore gets it to Downen. Step-back jumper, top of the key from Downen's no good. And Anderson, Matt Anderson gets the board for Nashville. Into the front court, over to the right wing. Boltman, stutter step, leaves it for Parker. Thought that was a travel, not called. Left side it goes. 3 is hit from Terry Pelchinski for Nashville.
Well, again, they can pass the ball over the top because they can see everybody because they're taller than everybody, and they all shoot the ball so well.
Pelchinski 6'6", Bergman 6'6", Parker 6'5", Boltman 6'5". That's a big lineup that Carterville's having to face. Top of the key, Tyler Biddle, left wing it goes to Eli Downen. 22-15, a 7-point Nashville lead. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Anderson to the right wing, Tyler Biddle. Biddle gets it to Downen on the block, spin move. They quickly double team him, loses the handle, gets it back. Now it's Moore that fires from 3, little short, and the rebound comes off to Kelton Hari. He's going to take the ball across midcourt, across the logo. Right side it goes to Boltman, right wing. Skip pass over to the corner. Open 3 is good from Carson Parker. He's got 11
overs now for Carterville, only 1 for Nashville. And what was a 17-15 game has quickly become a 25-15 game.
Hercules across the timeline. They go to the left side. Pelchinski now back to Hercules, right wing to the right corner. That's Anderson. Skip pass is tipped. A turnover on Nashville. Here come the Lions. They get it into Carson Pearson into the game for the first time. He got dinged up in that JV game. Saw the trainer between games, and Carterville turns it over. They take it the other way. The Hornets do miss the layup, and we've got a whistle and a foul that's going to be called on Nashville.
Over the back, Parker.
No, actually, they're calling it on Carterville.
No, Pelchinski.
Oh, no, it is. Okay.
Yeah, Pelchinski with the foul, but Parker, ahead of the pack, missed the layup.
Heron up 15-2 on Massac in the first quarter. Of course, Carterville knocked off Massac last week in overtime. Last second shot from Dylan Moore. Friday night got the overtime winner at Anna Jonesboro. Eli Downen with the game winner in that one. Garby has it now to Downen left wing. 3:30 remaining here in the half. Right side it goes to Dylan Moore. Carterville's doing a nice job on the passing game, keeping the ball on the perimeter. Left-hand hook from Downen, bounces twice and falls for Eli. He's got a dozen, and it's 25-17.
Nashville makes you work for every shot and every point you get. That's why they're only giving up about 28, 29 points a game.
You heard Shane Hawkins say in his pregame that they want to make Nashville work on defense, not just kind of set back in that zone, and Carterville forces a turnover on Nashville. They've got 3 in the game. Downen has it across the timeline. Under 3 minutes to go. It's a 7-point game, 25-17. Left wing, Anderson Looks to cut inside, leaves it for Downen. He brings it to the left wing with a left-hand dribble, hands off to Carson Pearson. Now over to the right side. That's Bryce Anderson on the right wing. That's a matchup, big matchup. Bryce Boltman, 6'5", against Bryce Anderson, 5'8".
Should be a rule against
It's like
that.
an eclipse when he goes through there, lose track of him. Oh, and he gets tripped, and that's going to be called on Tristan Hercules as Anderson drove the right side of the lane. That's going to be the first on Hercules, and that's going to be the third team foul now on Nashville.
Well, Carterville just wants to keep this game within 10 points. I would say going into the fourth quarter. Give yourself a chance to pull the upset.
25-17. Carterville's basketball. Garby gets it to Anderson, right wing. He backs it up, going to slow things down a little bit. Back to Garby, toward the right wing. To Carson Pearson, now to Downen, around the perimeter. Has the ball slapped, but Garby gets it. Right-hand dribble to the right side. Leaves it for Pearson. This has been about a 30-second possession for the Lions. Skip past near side to Moore. Back up top it goes to Bryce Anderson. 1:52 on the second quarter clock. 25-17. Moore leaves it in the paint. Got away with the travel. Leaves it for Garby. Spin move. Right-hand layup. Just a little bit short. And good possession by the Lions. Running that clock.
Yeah, the Garby just didn't have enough oomph to get it in.
They get it down low on the other end as Tanner Bergman gets the layup. That's his first bucket of the game, and it's a 10-point Nashville lead. 1:25 remaining. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call toll-free 866-744-2468 or visit SIH.net. Carterville turns it over. Third time this quarter as had the ball stripped away. Over to the right corner. Bergman has it. Now to Polchinski. Into the paint. Bergman puts it up a little bit short. Gets his rebound. Misses the second put back. And Garby gets the rebound. Carterville caught a break there. 27-17. Under 50 seconds remaining here in the half. Carterville with the ball. You'd think they would hold for the final shot of the half. Downen toward the right side, now toward the left side to Garby. Looks inside. Dylan Moore trying to get away. Nice D, ties him up, so they have to give it to Anderson. 30 seconds remaining. He's going to bring it to the left side. Left-right, crossover dribble. Up top, 22 on the clock. Shane Hawkins stands on the far sideline with his hands on his hips. Barks out at his Lions. This is it. They'll move with about 9 seconds on the clock. They spread out along the baseline. Downen has it up top. Will he take the final shot? You would think he might. Over to Anderson. Anderson to Moore. Takes it into the paint. Loses the handle. Turnover on the Lions. Nashville a shot at the buzzer. Just short. The shot taken by Tanner Bergman. And Carterville caught a break there at the end of the quarter. 27-17. The number one team in Class 2A in the state has a 10-point lead on your Carterville Lions. Halftime show is next here on News Radio WJPF. All right. (27-17) at the half. Nashville has the 10-point lead.
Carterville shot the ball well in the first half, shot 50%. The only problem is they only took 12 shots compared to 22 from Nashville. Nashville shot 45% in the first half. They had 5 threes in that first half compared to 3 triples by the Lions. Rebounding, Carterville only had 5 rebounds. They were led by Garby with 3. For Nashville, they had 13 rebounds. They were led by Anderson and Bergman, both with 3. Carterville with 7 turnovers in the first half, only 3 for the Hornets.
When you look at the scoring for the Nashville Hornets, they are led by Carson Parker. He has 11 at the half. Kelton Hari had 2 3-pointers and 2 free throws. He has 8. Bryce Boltman has 3. Terry Pelchinski with 3, and you got Tanner Bergman with 2. 27 first half points for the Nashville Hornets. For the Carterville Lions, led by the sophomore, Eli Downen. He had 10 first quarter points and a field goal in the second. And the only other person on the board for the Lions is Bryce Anderson. He has a field goal and a 3-pointer. He's got 5. Carterville put 17 points on the board. When you look at the scoring averages, exactly where it should be, as Nashville winds up putting 10 points on the board in the second quarter, and that's about what they average per quarter. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where you can stay connected and on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. You can check balances, you can pay bills, and you can make transfers. You can find out more. Just go to their website, tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Looking at some other scores from around Southern Illinois, Scott. After 1, Carbondale leads Cahokia 9-8. Centralia leading Mount Vernon after 1. That is 9-8. Also, I just got a tweet from Athletic Director Brett Dial that I need to pull up here. He says, of course, this weekend is sectional wrestling at Carterville High School. Big wins tonight for Matt Jones and Bailey Hicks. Both will compete in the sectional semis tomorrow morning. Of course, don't forget, tomorrow night's Carterville Lions game is going to be at Carterville Junior High School, the old high school. And you and I are going to be set up on the stage there at the end of the floor.
We don't have to sing or play any instruments, do we?
I failed to tell. Wear your tap shoes tomorrow night.
All right.
You're going to do a little tap dance.
I don't have to wear a tutu, do I?
Nah, we'll leave that up to you.
No.
But come out and join us. As it's going to be a great night to be back at the old high school. And a special recognition taking place at halftime, 1986-87. Basketball team is going to be recognized, the only super sectional qualifying team from the old high school in Carterville.
I think the last game I did there was in 2002, which makes me really old. But it was a great facility, a great place.
So then don't wear the tutu.
No, it's more like a 5-5 now. Yeah.
We invite you to join us. Of course, we'll have all the action starting at 7:30 here on News Radio WJPF. We're going to go out and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue on our halftime show. We'll talk about the Carterville Lady Lions. They start regional play in Carbondale next week. Details are coming up. It's 27-17 at the half. Nashville with the 10-point lead on your Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF.
Something else I'm going to talk about on Sports Voice tomorrow. Greenville College, which in all colleges last year scored the average most points per game. They scored 200 the other night. And the college
200 points?
Had attempted 91 three-pointers.
That's almost illegal. Back at Nashville High School, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, and 17. It's a 10-point lead, 27-17. Hey, the Carterville girls open regional play next Tuesday. That's going to be their first game. The regional at Carbondale actually is going to start Monday when Carbondale, the number 8 seed, takes on Murfreesboro, the number 9 seed. Carterville will have the winner of that game Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The other side of the bracket has Centralia and Massac County. They're going to play. Let's see. Actually, Carterville's going to play at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. And then the 7:30 game will be the other side of the bracket, which will be Centralia and Massac County. Centralia, the number 4 seed. Massac, the number 6, the 6 seed. So good luck to Coach Matt Crane and his Carterville Lady Lions coming up Tuesday when they start things off in regionals.
Well, they've beat several of those teams in that regional. Now it just comes down to the little things, defense and focus. You know you're good athletically. You know you've got the talent, but you can't. This is where teams lose games, when they lose mental focus in the postseason. And I don't think Matt Crane's team will do that.
We're going to go on and take our final break. Both teams are back out for their final warm-ups here as we prepare for second half action. Nashville, the 10-point lead, 27-17. Second half action next on News Radio WJPF. Back at Nashville Assembly Hall, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. I want to finish up on the wrestling part as I was able to finally open up Athletic Director Brett Dials' tweet. Caleb Ward is going to enter the wrestleback portion of the bracket coming up tomorrow. But congratulations to Matt Jones, Bailey Hicks. They advance on to the sectional semis tomorrow morning. Wrestling all day at the competition gym at Carterville High School. We're ready to go here in the second half. Carterville has the ball to start things off. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball here on News Radio WJPF. Carterville moving from left to right on your radio dial. Tyler Biddle gets it to Downen. Downen at the elbow, leaves it for Biddle on the right wing. Left hand into the paint for Biddle. Stops, needs some help, gets it from Anderson. Anderson up top, left hand dribble. 10-point Nashville lead. Garvey has it in the left corner. Drives the baseline, gets a lane, puts it up, way short, gets his board, turn around, has the shot blocked, and we have a whistle and a foul. I think that's going to be on Nashville.
That's Carterville's first offensive rebound of the game. Garvey has been silent in this game. You know, Garvey's the type of player, he really can't create a lot on the outside, so he does all his damage on the inside, but with their height on the inside, it's really been tough sledding for him tonight.
Only two of the Lions are on the scorebook. That's Downen and Anderson, and Garvey had a chance to get in there with that first free throw, but it comes up short. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson, the entire city of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Lions Sports. Garvey hits the second free throw. He's on the board. He's got one. And it's a 9-point game for Nashville. They have it in the front court. Hercules to the left corner to Hari. Back to Hercules. Back to Hari, left wing. Back to Hercules. Right-hand dribble, takes it to the right side now. Over to the right corner. That is Bergman. Leaves it for Boltman. Drives, stops. Puts his shot up, is partially blocked by Garvey, I believe. Misses the shot, and Carterville has the ball. Into the front court, Bryce Anderson up top. Has Parker on him. Takes it to the right side. Now to Garvey, wants to get it to Downen. Takes it to the elbow, leaves it for Dylan Moore. He takes it over, wide open three from Biddle is good from the left corner. Tyler Biddle is on the board.
And Carterville's pulled to within 6.
27-21. Nashville with the basketball into the front court. To the left wing, to Hari. Now to Boltman. Bryce Boltman back to Hari, down in the paint. They tried to get pass into Carson Parker. They're going to call a jump ball as it got tied up, and that was questionable.
That was a quick jump ball.
Real quick.
I think that's what you call the official anticipating what was going to happen instead of waiting until it happened.
Matt Anderson checks in for Nashville. Just in front of their three-point. Parker gets the three-pointer. I thought his foot was on the line. But the officials say no. Carterville down 9, 30-21. Downen runs over one. A shot from Anderson's off the side of the backboard. And here come the Hornets with the basketball. Carson Parker. Right wing it goes to Hari. Now to Boltman. Back to Hari, left wing, right wing rather, back to Boltman. He's going to bring it around the top. It goes to Tristan Hercules. Over to the right wing to Hari. Now back up top to Hercules. 5:30 on the clock. 30-21, Nashville the lead. Hercules drive. Shot put up, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Eli Downen, so Nashville's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, Downen battling underneath with one of the big guys for Nashville. Went off his hand, and Nashville will keep control of the ball and the 9-point lead.
5:25 remaining in the third. The last time these two teams met, it was a 44-24 Nashville win as Anderson gets a putback shot. He's got his first bucket of the game, and it's an 11-point lead for the Hornets. That game took place back on December 21st, 44-24, the lowest point total for the Lions of the season. Boltman wound up with 16. Eli Downen had 12 for the Lions. Under 5 to go here in the third. Carterville basketball. Garvey gets it to Downen. Has the ball stripped as he turned around trying to get the shot off. The other way quickly, the right-hand layup is good from Bryce Boltman. He's got 5, and we have a timeout that's taken by Coach Shane Hawkins. 4:42 remaining here in the third. 34-21 Nashville the lead. It's a 30-second timeout on News Radio WJPF. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702. Sponsors and supporters of your Lions sports, IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. After the timeout, Carterville has the ball to the right wing with Dylan Moore. Moore gets the pick from Downen, takes it into the paint, leaves it for Garvey on the baseline, left side. Dribbles back up top to Moore, now to Biddle. Biddle gets it into Garvey on the right block. He kicks it out to Anderson, and Bryce backs it up. The 5'8 sophomore over to the right wing to Garvey, and his pass is tipped off. Turnover number 2 here in the third, as the layup is good by Carson Parker, plus he got fouled by Bryce Anderson.
I think it's Tyler Biddle that got him.
Or, excuse me, yeah.
But, again, if you're going to foul somebody, make sure they don't make the basket. You know, make sure that I know it looks bad sometimes when you come down hard on somebody's arms, but so be it. And Nashville completes the three-point play.
Carson Parker averages 14 points a game. He has 17 in this one so far. 37-21. Just over 4 minutes left here in the third. Nashville, the 16-point lead. Carterville has it around the perimeter. Garby looks inside. Now they take it to the right side. Moore takes it into the paint, loses the handle, but he gets it back. Gets it to Biddle, bumps into his man defensively. Hands the ball to Anderson. Now to Moore. Spin move in the paint. Over to Tyler Biddle. Drives the left baseline. Gets shut off, and the ball was saved. Tipped out of bounds off of Nashville. Carterville's going to have the basketball.
Carterville just has no room to go when they have the ball. I mean, they've got the guards on Nashville are as tall as Carterville's biggest players. They can't get into the paint, and when they do, it's just like a bunch of bees to honey. They just come and they just suffocate you in the paint.
It doesn't matter who it is. If it's Garby, if it's Downing, or if it's Moore taking it into the paint, they just collapse. 37-21. It's going to be a foul on the Carterville Lions. Tyler Biddle just picked up his second foul. So Nashville has the basketball. 3:19 remaining here in the third quarter. They get the ball into Hari. Left wing, now to Hercules. Drives the paint. We got a whistle. Did he make that?
No, he did not make it. They're going to say it was on the floor, so Nashville will inbound the ball.
The foul is on Bryce Anderson. That's 3 on Bryce. Heron up at the half over Massac, 39-15. It's 37-21 here in Nashville. Hornets with the basketball. Skip pass right side. Anderson into the paint. Leaves it for Hari. Fires from 3 off the iron. No good. And Austin Garby gets the board for the Lions. Quickly to Anderson. Across midcourt. Left wing to Tyler Biddle. Biddle up top to Downing. Now back to Biddle. Dylan Moore has it. They call him on the travel. Another turnover on the Lions. I've got him for 3 here in the third.
I've got him for 4, 11 for the game. But Carterville at one point, Dave, they were only down by 6 points in this third quarter. Now they're down by 16. And Nashville's the type of team that they can turn it on and turn it off anytime they want.
Yep.
And they just seem to never be frustrated. They never seem to be in a bad position.
They're 26-2, those 2 losses. Of course, they lost to Pinckneyville. That conference lead is tied at 6 wins and 1 loss apiece for Pinckneyville and Nashville. But their second loss came at the Breeze Mater Dei tourney. They got beat by Memphis Briarcrest, one of the top teams in the country. And actually, Memphis will not be back at that Mater Dei tournament as the 3 is taken. No good, but the putback is good for Nashville's Carson Parker. 19 in the game now for Parker. But just 2 losses on Nashville. They're number 1 in the state in Class 2A. Just an outstanding season for Coach Wayne Hari and these Nashville Hornets as Carterville turns it over the other way. The 5th turnover here in the third.
It looked like tomorrow night's game was going to be a game for a share of the lead. But because Pinckneyville got upset last week at DuQuoin, whoever wins tomorrow night will have the outright lead.
Yes, they will. We have a timeout on the floor. It is going to be a full. It's 39-21, an 18-point Nashville lead over your Lions on News Radio WJPF. After the timeout, Nashville controls the basketball. They work it around the perimeter up top to Bryce Boltman. Into the paint. Spin move. Bangs into Garby. Shot is up and good from Carson Parker. He's got 21, Scott Hudson.
Well, he's a very, very good basketball player, and he is only a junior.
A 6'5" junior. The ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions with 1:19 remaining. Don't forget, at the conclusion of the game, Scott and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. And I would say right now, Carson Parker, probably the leading contender.
Yeah, he's got a couple of stick backs on offensive rebounds, playing a great game.
Downen gets the basketball in that double-triple team that we were talking about, but he gets fouled. The foul now is going to be on Matt Anderson. It's going to be the first on Anderson. Carterville will have the ball on the baseline on the far side from us here at Assembly Hall. Downen takes the inbound pass, has the ball stripped away. Nashville's on the run. And a foul by the Carterville Lions way out top.
I think Eli Downen just grabbed his jersey to stop
it was a hold.
Breakaway. It was, yes.
Pass interference.
Even the NFL officials that did the Saints-Rams game, I think, could have called that. Well, wait a minute, I'll take that back.
So it was Downen that just picked up his first foul. Nashville has the ball on the far sideline. Eli's going to go take a break. He's going to take a seat. Of course, Carterville is without Luke Stritzel this evening, so extended playing time. Into the game, Cameron Hall for the Lions. Boltman leaves it for Hercules from the free throw line. That short jumper in and out, no good. Matt Anderson, a big board for Nashville.
He just ripped that ball away from Garby.
Yes, he did. Hercules have it in right wing. Coach Wayne Hari yells out, sets the play with 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It's a 20-point Nashville lead, 41-21. Carterville matched up defensively. Man-to-man with 20 seconds. Carterville's not going to press. Nashville's not in a hurry. 14, 13, 12 to go. Now they'll make a move with 10 seconds. Hercules between the circles. Up top, Anderson on him. Brings it to the left side. Gets it to Boltman. Boltman at the buzzer. In and out, no good. At the end of the third quarter, it is 41-21. Nashville, the 20-point lead. Fourth quarter action next on News Radio WJPF. If you're watching online, thank you. Hope you're having a good night. Point lead for the Nashville Hornets, 41-21 at the end of three.
Not a good third quarter by the Lions. Only 1 out of 3 from the field. That was a 3 ball by Biddle. 42% for Nashville.
That was it. One free throw from Austin Garby. 4 points in that third quarter for the Carterville Lions. But the Lions have the basketball here to start the fourth. Garby has it on the block, loses the handle as he tried dribbling around. Nashville comes away with it. Boltman takes it down the lane, leaves it for Hercules. Skip pass near side to Isaac Turner, who's in the game. Step, baseline drive, right-hand layup, and a foul. The layup taken by Parker, and he gets hammered by Austin Garby. The first on Garby, but that is going to put Carson Parker at the line shooting 2 free throws.
This Nashville team's fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. They can make a deep run. They have everything that's needed to get into tournament play.
Yeah, they all shoot the ball well. They all handle the ball well. And, of course, they've got that length on the outside and inside. It's just hard to get the ball inside on them. Hard to shoot over them from the outside.
Second free throw comes up short. Carterville gets the board. Carson Pearson now with 22 points in this game. Dylan Moore takes it to the lane. Oh, misses the layup. Gets his own board. Has stripped, but they're going to call the foul on Bryce Boltman of Nashville. So Dylan Moore will be at the line shooting 2 free throws here in the fourth quarter. Actually, they're going to say it's on the side. That's what I was thinking. It's going to be on the baseline. Checking out for Nashville, Carson Parker. Gets a nice round of applause from the fans here at Nashville. Assembly Hall at Nashville High School. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. Carterville basketball. Downing's just going to fire from 3, in and out, no good, and the rebound comes off to Bryce Boltman. He's going to bring the ball across the timeline. 7 minutes remaining in the game. 21-point lead for Nashville. Here to the right below us, Isaac Turner. Now to Hari, now to Hercules, back to Hari, left wing, back to Turner. Turner with the right-hand dribble. They work it around to the top. Turner, left wing, right-hand dribble. Thinks about cutting inside. Hercules has it in the corner. Now back to Hari, now back to Turner. They bring it near side to Boltman. They're staying in the perimeter. Behind the back move by Boltman. Leaves it for Hercules. Skip pass around the top. Nice ball movement by the Nashville Hornets. 6.5 remaining here in this game. Into the paint. The right-hand layup is good by Bryce Boltman. 7 for Boltman. Nashville just worked the perimeter till they caught that break.
They are so patient with the basketball. You don't see that a lot anymore in the high school game.
Take their time. They average 53 points a game. They're just 9 away from that here tonight. Bryce Anderson fires from 3 off the back of the iron. And the rebound comes off to Boltman. He's bringing it the other way, gets it to Hercules. He gets hammered as he takes it to the hole. And Tyler Biddle is shaken up at right hip as he came down hard along with Tristan Hercules.
I think he landed on his hip, and he's a little uncomfortable right now. I think he's going to come out of the game. Looks like Laird's going to come in for the Lions.
Gets a round of applause from the fans here. It's nice of the Hornet fans. Hercules will be at the line now. He's not scored here tonight, but he's going to be shooting 2 free throws. First one is good.
The other thing about this Nashville team that is impressive is they are very unselfish, and sometimes unselfish to a fault. You talk about Hercules. He's your typical point guard. Runs the offense, plays great defense, isn't worried about his points.
Hercules misses the second, but Nashville gets the rebound. Get it to Bergman, takes it up, lays it in. That's 4 points for Bergman. He's got his average, 47-21. 25-point lead now for Nashville, 5:30 remaining. Carterville turns it over on the far side. Here they come the other way. Here comes Boltman into the paint. Leaves it over to the right side. Wide open 3 is no good. That taken by Bergman, and Nashville gets the board. The 3 ball out top is no good, and Carterville gets the board. That's Dylan Moore behind the back. He's going to take it across the timeline. Crossover dribble to the left side. Leaves it for Nick Laird. Laird bumps into his man, gets the ball to Carson Pearson. Glad to see Carson out there in this game. He got nicked up in that JV game and wound up seeing the trainer in between games. Of course, Carterville without Luke Stritzel, their 6th man tonight. Down and shot. It bounces twice, no good. Tristan Hercules gets the board. Gets it to Boltman. Boltman back to Hercules. Right side it goes. You can see the pace slow down on that as they brought the ball across the timeline. 4.5 remaining. 47-21, Nashville the lead.
Carterville still only has 1 field goal in the second half.
Wide open three is no good. Downen had the board, lost it, got it back, and it goes to Pearson. So Carterville takes it the other way. The first matchup of the season, as Anderson has his shot blocked, but he gets it back, and then he gets fouled, and they're going to call Bryce Boltman with the foul. The first game, back in December 21st, Carterville only scored 24 points, the lowest scoring point total for the Lions this year. They got 21 now.
They're in danger not even getting to 24 this game. But this game, Nashville really took control of this game in the third quarter, allowed Carterville their only basket in the third quarter, actually only basket in this half, a three by Biddle. And they're just a very, very good basketball team. I mean, it's going to take a very good team to beat them come postseason.
With a 26-point lead, Coach Wayne Hari can get his starters out of the game, get some of the underclassmen. Look at the size of these guys. They don't even lose anything when they bring in
nothing.
The second and third string guys. Turnover on the Lions. Here comes the other way. The flush for Nashville. Terry Polchinski. No doubt about that one. As he gets the big dunk, gets these fans on their feet. 28-point lead for the Hornets with 3:35 remaining. Connor Hawkins into the game. Eli Downen.
Oh, by the way, Pelzinski's only a junior.
I know. I know. They're young. They've got 5 seniors, 7 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a freshman on this varsity team. So we'll see the majority of these guys back next year. Timeout taken by Coach Shane Hawkins. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. 49-21, a 28-point Nashville lead. We'll be back in 60 on News Radio WJPF. Yeah, probably. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Carterville has the basketball with 2:55 remaining. They're down 28, 49-21. And they turn the ball over as Carson Pearson had his pocket picked. Nashville brings it the other way with the basketball, Mashoff. 3 ball from the top of the keys, no good. That shot taken by Joe Morris. Lions get the board. Nashville's going to run their conference record to 7-1 with that big matchup tomorrow night right here at Assembly Hall against the Pinckneyville Panthers. That'll be for the conference title as Jake Hickson misses the turnaround jumper and the Hornets get the basketball. That's going to be a good game tomorrow night.
That'll be the game in Southern Illinois, no doubt, tomorrow night.
Carterville's home tomorrow night when they host Sparta at Carterville Junior High. It's not going to be at the high school. 3 ball is buried from the right side by Jacob Mashoff, his first field goal of the game. Nice open shot. But anyway, don't forget tomorrow night, we're going to be at the old Carterville High School there on Division Street in Carterville. When they built the new junior high, they redid the gym there at Carterville Junior High. It's going to be nice. And looking forward to calling a game from in there. Kind of a homey gym.
Yes, it is.
3 ball shot from the Lions off the side of the backboard. The shot taken by Carson Pearson. 90 seconds remaining. Nashville's going to push their record to 27-2. 6-1, or excuse me, 7-1 in conference. Carterville will see their record go to 12-15 and 4-4 in the conference. Carterville is in 3rd place in the river-to-river Mississippi side. Nashville looks like they're going to hold for the, no, they're not. They're going to take a shot from the left corner, no good. And Pearson gets the rebound for the Lions with 60 seconds remaining in this game. Scott and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game is Cody Rector. Cody Rector gets a three. Cody into the scorebook for the Lions.
And Carterville's at least matched the point total of their last game against Nashville. That is only the second field goal by the Lions in this second half.
Tony Cruz checks into the game for the Lions, the 6'6" senior. Seeing some action here at Nashville. Nice to see him get on the floor tonight. Rafe Tuttle's in. Chandler Roberts also coming in is Cameron Hall. So with under a minute to go, 52-24. Nashville the lead. 28-point lead for the Hornets. They're going to work around the perimeter. .35 seconds on the clock. Don't forget Sports Voice tomorrow morning with Murph and Hudson. They'll break down all of the high school action. We'll be talking Saluki Sports, John A. Logan Sports, name the team of the week tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Talk about those red hot Blues.
Talk about the Blues. Big win last night at Tampa. 6 seconds remaining. Cruz puts the shot up off the back of the iron, no good, and that's going to end the ball game. 52-24. This is an impressive Nashville Hornets team. Nice win tonight, 52-24. Post-game shows coming up next here on News Radio WJPF. Okay. (52-24) the final score as the Nashville Hornets take their record to 27-2 on the season. Scott Hudson, they're just an impressive team to watch.
Yeah, there's not much you can say as far as this game. Nashville's the better team. I mean, they're bigger, they're stronger, they're quicker, they shoot the ball better, they do everything. They did everything better than Carterville tonight, and we knew coming in that if Carterville had any chance at all, they really had to play a very good game at both ends of the floor. And at halftime, Carterville was still in this game. And then Biddle, he comes out and hits the big three at the start of the third quarter, and you look up the scoreboard, Carterville's only down by 6. Well, guess what? Carterville did not hit another field goal, and it was a 3 until about 2 minutes to go in the game. Carterville only shot 33% from the field, 44% for Nashville. They attempted 19 more shots than the Lions. Carterville was out-rebounded 25-16. Garby led the Lions with 5. Both Boltman and Anderson led the Hornets with 5. Turnovers, Nashville had 3 turnovers. They all came in the first half. Carterville had 17 turnovers in the game.
When you look at the scoring for the Nashville Hornets, they were led this evening by Carson Parker, an impressive game. He winds up with 22 points in the game. He averages about 14.5 points. Also on the board, Tristan Hercules with 1. You had Kelton Hari with 8. Bryce Boltman winds up with 7 in the game. Jacob Mashoff, a three-pointer there in the fourth quarter. He has 3. Terry Pelchinski with 5 in the game. And Tanner Bergman with 4. And Matt Anderson with 2. 52 points scored by the Nashville Hornets. For Carterville, they were led by Eli Downen. He winds up with 12, all in the first half. No second half points for Eli Downen. Austin Garby had a free throw. He has 1. Tyler Biddle hit a 3. Bryce Anderson hit a 3 and a field goal. He had 5. And Cody Rector hit 1 late there in the fourth quarter. 24 points scored by the Carterville Lions. Nashville hit their average in the game. They wind up with 52. They average 53 for the game. And Carterville held to 24.
Again, Carterville just doesn't have the size on the perimeter, especially to shoot over Nashville's big guards. And, Garby, we saw tonight. Garby's had a good stretch of games here recently, but he wasn't able to do anything tonight in the paint because of Nashville's size. He's not a perimeter shooter, so he's not going to shoot when he's open out there. And Downen, who's got off to a great start, then he got into a little bit of trouble where he was trying to dribble. When he got in the paint, they would collapse on him. He would turn the ball over. But this is more about Nashville. This is how good they really are.
Yeah.
This isn't about how bad Carterville played. Nashville's just a very, very good team.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale offers a variety of personal and business banking services. Find out more. Go to the website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. When we come back, Scott and I are going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and snow removal star of the game as we're waiting on Coach Shane Hawkins. We'll do that when we come back on our postgame show here. 52-24, Nashville gets the win over the Lions tonight here on News Radio WJPF. Call Joe. Thank you. Welcome back to Assembly Hall Friday night, where the Hornets knock off the Lions tonight 52-24. Scott Hudson, we need to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, and I don't know that there's any question about this one.
Yeah, you got to go with Carson Parker. I mean, he was everything that they needed, especially in the second half. He was always he reminds me of a gym rat. Not that none of the other Nashville players aren't, but he just reminds me of somebody that has a very high basketball IQ. He just is very good at all aspects of the game. He was their leading scorer tonight. And just to show you what type of team they have, Boltman and Anderson led them and had 5 rebounds each to lead them in rebounding. This is a complete team. You talk about Carson. He scored more than his average tonight. Tomorrow night it might be Boltman. It might be Hercules who has a big game. This is just a very, very good team. But tonight, Carson Parker was our star of the game.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 618-534-8148. Carson Parker, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, owned by Joe and Lindsay McCann of Carterville for over 20 years. They've been servicing and proudly serving Southern Illinois. They specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, and snow removal. They also do spring and fall cleanups. They do property maintenance, bush hogging, equipment repair, tree trimming. They do it all. 618-534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow. Call Joe. Carson Parker, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. Fans loitering around here this evening. This Nashville team, the #1 team in Class 2A, just about a week and a half away from finishing up the regular season. I was telling you earlier, they released the locations of the Class 1A and 2A super sectionals, and I was said that they were going to release the 3A today, but all afternoon on Twitter I was watching, but I didn't see it.
I saw something today that a gentleman at work showed me that apparently there's 4 sites. They do sub-regionals now. It's kind of confusing for us older people. We like to keep it simple. But I think it's Massac County, Salem, Breeze Central, and Freeburg are the 4 sites that feed into the sectional. So Carterville, geographically, I could see them either going to Massac or Salem. I doubt that Carterville would have to go to Freeburg or Breeze Central. Hopefully, if you're looking at distance, hopefully it's Massac County for us. Salem's about a little over an hour away from here. So we'll see what happens. But Carterville still has a chance to end the weekend on a good note. They've got a Sparta team that they've already beaten this year in overtime, by the way. But Sparta will be looking to come into Carterville and get a big win tomorrow night at the junior high. Looking forward to doing that game, and we'll see what happens.
And also, when you look at your schedule, I wish I would have mentioned this earlier, the game Tuesday night against the Harrisburg Bulldogs has actually been moved to Wednesday. Instead of it being Tuesday the 12th, it's going to be Wednesday the 13th. That is a game at home against Harrisburg. It's going to be senior night. They had to move it because the high school girls are playing on Tuesday in the regionals, and then the junior high boys could be playing for a state championship, I believe, on Tuesday. So they didn't want to interfere with that. Harrisburg agreed to move the game, and so Harrisburg game on Tuesday actually will be played on Wednesday. It was scheduled for Tuesday, but it'll be next Wednesday. Coach Shane Hawkins got stopped by a reporter down on the floor, doing a quick interview there.
That darn print media.
They get to roam.
That's
I
right.
wish they'd let us roam around and do a game.
Do wireless. Man, that'd be pretty cool.
That actually would be very cool.
Yeah.
Run up back and forth like the officials. Be right on the official, And that would be fun. But Nashville.
Yeah, good luck to the junior high boys tomorrow. They play at 10:45 at Wren Lake against Massac County, a team they've beaten twice this year. You know what they say about beating a good team 3 times, but good luck to the Carterville Junior Lions tomorrow at state.
Yes, and hopefully they're going to be playing for a state championship next week as well, as Coach Shane Hawkins makes his way up here to our broadcast position at Assembly Hall tonight. We talked about it, Coach Shane Hawkins. This Nashville team is impressive.
They have so many weapons, and their length has caused us so many problems. They caused us just as many problems on our offensive end as they did on the defensive end, and they play behind in the post. We knew that. We got it in there, but you got to go make a move right away. And the longer you hold it, the more the doubles come, and they're coming to trap. We dribbled about 4 or 5 times in there with help coming, and they knocked it away from us. We got in there off penetration a couple times from our perimeter guys, got too deep, and their help was there and knocked it loose from us. So we had a bunch of unforced turnovers that we kept making. We didn't ever make an adjustment or learn from it. We cut it to 6 in the third, and we have the ball, I believe.
Yeah.
And the one thing I don't like about this team is that's when you have to dig in. That's when you have to have some extra grit instead of thinking, hey, it's 6 in the third quarter. We're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be in this game. You have to dig in and go make a tough play. Maybe it's a basket. Maybe it's something to the rim. Maybe it's an offensive rebound where you stick it in. You've got to go make a play. And if we can't make one on the offensive end, you have to go dig in and make a defensive play. And maybe it's a rebound. Maybe it's a deflected pass. But you got to dig in and take it to that next level. And we never got to that next level. It was like we were content being down 6 with 6 to go or whatever it was in the third quarter. And we were content with that, and then we had very little resistance the rest of the way.
Yeah, the first half, I mean, it wasn't perfect, but your team was, I thought where they needed to be at halftime on the road against the number 1 team in the state. You gave yourself a chance at halftime.
You're exactly right. And my message, one of them at halftime was 2 months ago or 6 weeks ago, we were down 12 at the half at our place. We're down 10 tonight at their place at the half, and I thought we played way better the last time, the first half. But you're there. We were still right there. We were a couple baskets away, and then we get a couple baskets early there in the third quarter. We get a stop, and then it went south on us real fast. Struggled to score, and we were stuck on 21 for forever, probably 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah, you only had 2 field goals in the second half.
Yes, and we shoot 2 threes off the side of the backboard. We had some stuff at the rim we don't finish. Again, we cost ourselves a couple baskets in the third quarter because we dribble and they tie us up. And it's things we talked about. And there's got to be that carryover. It's every little detail we give them comes into play at some point in time.
And the other side of it too, they're collapsing defense in the paint. If Downing got it, it didn't matter who went into the paint. They would collapse 3 and they just shut it off.
Yes, there's no, and that's where we have to kick it back out, and we were not very good about kicking it back out, and that's when you can get open jumpers from the perimeters. When it's been inside, they trap, you can get it kicked out. You have them on rotations. You have an advantage once you get it kicked back outside, and we just never did get that. We got it where we wanted to inside. We just couldn't either get it to the rim or get it back out where we had an advantage. And their length, and we've talked about it both times we played them, we don't ever face length like that, and it takes a while. And they just keep bringing long bodies off the bench. And like Bryce got to about 12 feet in the first half, right down here on this end, and had a jumper. And he was open when he left the ground, but by the time he got ready to shoot it, 6'5's flying at it, and he had to arch it extra. But it's not going in. I mean, it became a really, really tough shot, and that's due to their length. And it's one of those things you can't practice, you can't simulate in practice, and we got to figure out how to play with it because they're always going to have long dudes here.
Coach, tomorrow night, let's talk about tomorrow night. It's going to be a special night. We're going to be at the junior high school. Going to recognize the 86-87 team, the only team that got a super sectional appearance at the old high school. What's your thoughts getting to go? That's such a neat gym. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I love the place and I had never been into the gym until I coached at Trico when we were both in a Black Diamond. And I went to Brett last spring. I said, hey, what do you think about a throwback game? What if we just go play a game at the junior high? And kind of thought about it a little bit, and kind of just the fact of moving a game there, and so I think it was kind of in our mind a thought, this could be really cool. It'd be something different. That place gets really, really loud when you have people in there. And he come to me in the fall and said, hey, we just got the wrestling sectional as a host, and it's on a weekend you play at home. He goes, there's our chance to move a game to the junior high, kind of because we have to, partly because we wanted to. We just had to kind of find the right angle to do it. Well, this one kind of, hosting the section kind of makes us do it, and so I think it'll be cool. I think it's going to be it's a loud atmosphere in there. Kind of pay tribute and respect to those guys who played there for all those years, and I'm really looking forward to it for the opportunity. I think it'll be really cool, and I hope we have a good crowd, and I hope our high schools kids show up because it'll be a little bit different for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. That game's at 7:45. It's going to be at the junior high Sparta Bulldogs in town tomorrow night. Tough loss tonight, but we'll see you tomorrow night, Coach.
We'll get ready and go back at it again tomorrow night. Thanks, guys.
Shane Hawkins joining us on our post-game show here this evening after the 52-24 win by the Nashville Hornets here tonight at Assembly Hall. Wrap us up.
Carterville has an opportunity to end the weekend on a high note. Also, they get a win over Sparta. Over Sparta. They go back over 500 in conference. That is big for this program that only won 3 games last year. So a lot to still play for this weekend. We knew it was going to be tough coming up here tonight. There's no harm, no shame in losing to this Nashville Hornets team. They're just very, very good. But Carterville needs to come out strong tomorrow night in what I guess we'll call retro night and get a conference win and get back above 500 in the Mississippi side.
52-24, the final score. Nashville definitely deserves that number 1 ranking in Class 2A. For our producer, engineer, back at the studio, Mr. Brian R. Powell. For my broadcast partner, Scott Hudson, 52-24, the final score. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at 7:30 with our pregame show from Carterville Junior High, retro night for the Carterville Lions. Pregame at 7:30, tip-off slated for 7:45. I'm Dave McKenzie. You have a great Friday night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning on Sports Voice and right here on News Radio WJPF for more Lions basketball tomorrow night. God bless. Thanks, bud.